Yo, guys, we're back in today, and today we're going to be talking about a legendary African kingdom. Yes, this is a legendary African kingdom, and a lot of African Americans actually say Nubians all the time, like Nubian queen, and that's part of our culture as African Americans. We always talk about Nubians. So today we're going to be talking about this Nubian or Nubia civilization in the Nubia region. So let's talk about it and get into it right now, right? The kingdom of Cush was a Nubian kingdom located in the upper Nile River Valley in the Nubia region, or modern-day Egypt and Sudan areas. The kingdom had three major cities: Kerma, which had a massive temple still intact till this day, and in which became a wealthy city due to the Nubians harvesting gold, bronze, and ivory. At Kerma's height, Cush became a vital trade center between Central Africa and Northern Africa. Now the second city, Napata, which was the Cushite and Egyptians' religious center for over 1,000 years, also known as well as the Holy Mountain, was the second city. In this area, you will find great temples, which were also universities and monuments. This area can be traced back to the 18th dynasty period of the ancient Egyptian empire or kingdoms. The ancient Egyptians saw this site as a sacred place to their god Amen or Mn. And the last city of the three cities in the Cush empire or kingdom was the Merowe city. Merowe also was towards the end of the kingdom, which was rich also in natural resources, iron ore, and some of the finest pottery in the ancient world. Merowe was also a center of trade, and the people in the kingdom or of the kingdom built great pyramids in which they buried their rulers. And the common person in the kingdom, Cush or Cush kingdom, also was encouraged to read and write and to gain knowledge such as the high nobles had. We must note that the Meroitic writing of the Cush kingdom, which is the second language created outside of the hieroglyphs, is still mostly untranslatable, meaning only words or terms can be read. But there are many secrets of ancient Africa that could still yet be untold in these writings. The Egyptians or Kemets and the Cush kingdoms traded with each other and at times were one and the same kingdom. At times the Egyptians or Kemets ruled the kingdom of Cush, and at other times the Cush Nubians ran the Egyptian kingdom. Such stones as the carnelian stones are found in modern Sudan and ancient Egypt. This was due to trade. The kingdom of Cush also innovated in iron smelting, stained glass making, agriculture, and building structures. They also studied how to build the best structures. They were also artists, paintings and painters, gold smelting, and silver smelting. The kingdom of Cush was very well known for their army and their bow and arrow skills. They're very famous for their bows, in which was very long bows, huge long bows, in which that they would use in battle. So they're very well known for their long, big Nubian bows. That's a trademark of the Cush empire and kingdom. When invaders conquered Egypt, such as the Hyksos, which were Asiatic peoples, or the Assyrians, the Cush kingdom would swoop in and rescue Egypt. We must note that Egypt and the kingdom of Cush were intertwined culturally, religiously, and traditionally. The Cush brought in protection against the invaders for Lower and Upper Egypt, as well as for Lower and Upper Cush. Interesting enough, there were male pharaohs who ruled from Napata in the Cush kingdom, and the women would rule from Egypt. So there was a togetherness, right? A woman and man together, ruling together. Both ruling the empire and the kingdoms together. In the kingdom of Cush, over 200 pyramids were built, which were twice as many as its neighbors to the north, the Egyptians. Gold and iron were king, and the kingdom of Cush had them in spades. While the ancient Egyptians flaunted the gold that came from the Nubian or the Nubians in the Cush kingdom. The location of Cush on the Nile River provided strategic trade routes and communication. Farming, irrigation systems, and rainfall all played a part into farming in the Nile Valley. Trading was also another strong point of the Cush kingdom. Incense, ebony, ivory, and other goods were traded to the northern counterparts, southern counterparts, as well as different parts of Africa and beyond Africa. The Cushites' arts were very amazing as well. Thin pottery, Bronze and granite statues of gods, as well as paintings on tomb walls, all played a part into what gave the kingdom its reputation. We must note that the Romans, Greeks, Persians, Assyrians, and other groups all conquered and ruled the Cush kingdom's neighbors to the north, Egypt. As time went along, the connection between Egypt and the kingdom of Cush was distance. Egypt was used for its natural resources, knowledge, and culture. And Egypt's invaders who ruled Egypt during their time of invasion, we have to understand that Egypt and the Cush kingdom were over thousands of years empires and kingdoms. I mean, very, very long empires and kingdoms, longer than most that exist today. They were invaded, and when the invaders were in Egypt, or Lower Kemet or Upper Kemet, right, as it's originally known, then the goods were being sent back to the home empires. So whoever ruled it, they would send it back to the Roman Empire or the Greeks or, you know, the Persians, whatever it might be, right? And this made Egypt poor and poorer. Now, as invaders conquered Egypt, or Kemet, right, Lower and Upper Kemet, they had their sights on the Cush kingdom because this was a big trading post. It was a very, very rich kingdom, and they wanted to have this kingdom in their hands, just like they had Egypt and or Kemet, right? So the kingdom of Cush was next in sight to be conquered by invaders, such as the Romans. While the Cush kingdom fought and bested most of their invaders, eventually the Cush kingdom was conquered as well. This also led to the spread of foreign religions and the decline of ancient gods and the people's belief in them. The core of the Cush kingdom still believed in their ancient gods, but on the eastern side of the kingdom of Cush, the Exum kingdom of what is now modern day Ethiopia conquered the Cush kingdom completely. This ended roughly 5,000 years of ancient culture in the Nubian lands of the Nile Valley, in the Nile Valley civilization. So today we learn about a kingdom, a Cush kingdom, right? A kingdom, and this kingdom was very strong, very powerful. We always hear about Egypt, but we have to talk about the Cush kingdom if we're going to talk about Egypt, Lower and Upper Kemet, right? Which is the names for Egypt. So today we learn about that kingdom, right? And we learned about a very, very strong empire when they ruled each other, when they traded with each other. Every once in a while, one would go back and forth, one would rule the other. So the culture and the religion and everything were very, very entwined. And today, a lot of the pyramids in the Nubian kingdom, which is the kingdom of Cush, are still there. So if you go to Sudan, Egypt, you can still go to different cities like Napata and see them, and they're still there. This is an amazing kingdom. This is one of the kingdoms that you must know, you should know in your African Black history, right? All around the world. And yo, today we learned about another kingdom. So until next time, yo guys, come on. I'm a real Nubian, all right? I'm out. Peace. One love.
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
Shalom.
What up?
Hi.
African.
We